Action! And welcome back to Bleacher Bum TV, Episode 3. It's Carl from Barstool, Chicago. This is a live studio show about our Chicago Cubs. We're going to be joined by neighborhood correspondent Danny Conrad in a little bit. And again, of course, shout out Danny Lance on the ones and twos. Folks, week 3 of the baseball season, and I've got phenomenal news for you. The Cubs are not completely terrible. 5-4, second place, NL Central. There's a lot of reasons to be excited about this team that we're going to get to. But most importantly, though, I suppose, we didn't get fucking killed in our first road trip of the season. That's 6 games in a row. I was very nervous about this. They go 3-3, 1-1 at Pittsburgh, 2-2 at Colorado, who we saw Kris Bryant, and he looks great in purple, but Chris, you look terrible in a Colorado Rockies uniform. 3 for 10, that's actually not a bad stretch. 3 runs, bunch of other bullshit. It's classic Kris Bryant. Like, even if he's not awesome, he's still being productive. I do miss you very much, Kris Bryant, but not enough to hold me back my emotions in this team. This is quite possibly going to be the most exciting team the Cubs have had since 2015, and I really mean that. I think if we ride and we grind with this team, we're going to come June, July, August, and there's going to be a lot of fun around Wrigley Field. But first, we have to get through the April and the Mays of the world. We have to get through these early season games. We have to get through all the bullshit. And when it comes to that, we've got seven in a row coming at home. Are you going any, Danny?
Oh, yeah, I'll be at a couple.
Okay. So we got 3 with the Rays, who are obviously fucking awesome year in and year out. And then we've got 4 with the Pirates. If we go 3-4, we're 500. If we go 4-3, we're okay. If we go 5-2, I'm fucking tap dancing my way to 10-6, and we'll be running around here with our goddamn pants off, which is actually not an exaggeration. We will be pantless if they go 5-2. And people think this is an aberration. It's not. Through 9 games, the Cubs have the number 1 offense in Major League Baseball. I said the number 1 offense. That means first in batting average, 281. That means first in on-base percentage, 364. That means fourth in slugging percentage at 445. Who gives a fuck? This airs the day after we record. They could all blow this tonight against the Rays. But as it stands at time of recording, we're first in average, first in on-base, fourth in slugging, first in OPS, 6th in fewest strikeouts. Did I say that? Are we talking about the Chicago Cubs? 6th in fewest strikeouts? Theo Epstein shitting his pants somewhere, Theo. Theo watch. 9th in most walks. Guys, this is what happens when you put a bunch of fucking guys together that are hungry for good at-bats, that want to exist in the big leagues, that are just looking at this team like, this is an opportunity to play. There's not a lot of free agency and bullshit. There's not contract extension talks going on, although Wilson Contreras, if somebody wanted to ink him for another year or 2, he looks pretty fucking good so far, guys. How good? 8 for 28 with 5 extra base hits, a 607 slugging percentage from your catcher. Ian Happ, 146 OPS plus. Jason Hayward, he's not exactly horrible this year either. How about Jonathan Villar, 9 for 19 with just 3 strikeouts, and that's a reasonable free agent acquisition. We talked a lot about the pitching staff at the start of the season, and honestly, guys, I think we're just going to have to wait for Stroman and Hendricks to settle in. Justin Steele and Drew Smyly doing just fine through 2 starts. Kyle Hendricks and Stroman are going to come back to earth, but I don't think anybody saw this offense being as good as it is. And why is that? Should I do the song now or should I wait?
Belt it out.
Seiya Suzuki, my right fielder, who is coming home. I'm Rafiki from Lion King. Seiya Suzuki. Did I fuck with the volume too bad? All right, but legitimately, every time that guy comes to play, I feel like Simba's coming home to Pride Rock. He's fucking saving it. He's like saving us. That's how good Seiya is. I'm just going to go through a couple of numbers for you. We knew he'd be good, but would he be this good? 10 for 25, 6 extra base hits, 4 home runs, 7 runs scored, a 9-9 strikeout to walk ratio for a guy who's never even seen any of these pitchers, and he's just drawing walks left and right. A couple against Corbin Burns, 3 RBIs against Brandon Woodruff. How about the big bomb against Freddie Peralta? There was the game in Pittsburgh where the Cubs won 2-1, and Seiya Suzuki hit 2 solo home runs. He was fucking electric on Easter Sunday. This is a guy who literally came not from nowhere, but came from a league you weren't following him. He was one of the best players in the Japan League. 6 years in a row voted onto the top 9 in Japan. His team sucked, though. I don't want to be mean, but you're below 500 with one of the best players in Japan. You probably should be a little bit better. It's not necessarily that Seiya is a prospect. Squeak. I like the squeak. He's just a guy who's never played against Major League Baseball. He's a guy who's never played against these pitchers. He's hot. He's electric. We're going to fucking ride his ass. He's our guy. And for this reason, he's our guy. And for this reason, I'm happy to debut a t-shirt, Danny. Have you guys seen this t-shirt yet? I am now introducing the Chicago Suzukis. What do you guys think? This is for sale. Keep this picture moved over here. This is for sale. The link is below in the description if you want to get a piece of the Chicago Suzukis. This is a piece of merchandise that's going to be on sale all summer. Don't wait. Get it now. Cut the sleeves off. Go to the bleachers. I'll see you there. Speaking of bleachers, speak of being hot, Danny Conrad, local neighborhood correspondent, was on the scene doing an investigation while the Cubs were out of town. Even though the Cubs aren't in town, we got Danny doing an investigation. Danny's out there looking for hot wings. Let's kick it to our man.
So Carl sent me out here on a quest to find the hottest wing in Wrigleyville at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. Love this job. Our first stop of many is gonna be Houndstooth. He said I can't come back until I find the hottest wing, but I have like an incredibly high tolerance when it comes to spicy stuff, so we might be out here for a while. So we finally made it to the Tooth. I just asked for the hottest wings they got. They said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, I'm sure." They're trying to psych me out. They should be coming up any minute now. We'll see if these are actually the hottest wings in Wrigley. I got the chef back there who just made these, staring me down with a big old Grinch smile on his face. You made these? Extra hot? Okay, I have a pretty big heat tolerance. Ranch and celery is for quitters. Unrelated, if my nose start running or my eyes start watering, it is allergy season. It's really not even that hot. I'm really not feeling the heat yet. We also, when we do hot wings, we don't do drinks. It's cheating. Oh, we should turn the camera off for a second. I'm getting very full, so I don't know if I could finish all these. My stomach. Maybe the heat will hit me eventually, but for now, no. It's getting a little muggy in here. Just had to take off the clothes a little bit. Hot scale. Out of 10, 2. I said no drinking anything during these, but I am choking. So unless you want me to die on a piece of chicken, not from like spice or anything. Honestly, I'm just so full. I don't know if I can eat another one. It has nothing to do with like the hotness or anything. I'm fucking full. Yeah, I'm way too full. I don't know if I can eat anymore. I'm so full. My sinuses. I've had a cold for like 2 weeks. Starts to act up right now. God, it's fucking like dusty in here. Yeah, I'm still gonna give him like a 2 on the hot scale out of 10. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Fucking explode in this toilet right now. Oh my God. My ass is a demon. A demon. These are fucked. Fucking Carl.
You good, bro?
Yeah. I just had to pee. Yeah, I think that's it. Great wings. Thank you to the Tooth, aka Houndstooth, for showing us hospitality today. Thank you for the chef back there with the shit-eating grin, thinking that his wings are like volcanic or some shit, and they're really not. All right, so back to us in studio. How did it taste for milk?
Great stuff, Danny. I tell you, you sure do fine on hot ones.
Once they get some hotter sauce, then we'll start talking.
Sean Evans, if you're watching, this is Danny. He likes hot wings. What else? Is it weird to be in Wrigleyville with no one around the action?
It's like a normal winter in Wrigleyville. You know, things don't really get jumping until there's lines in the street on Clark Street. You got to know someone to get into HVAC. So yeah, it was the calm before the storm.
So we got some questions again for you, Danny. And the first one off the bat is, are the Cubs back?
The Cubs aren't back yet. We need to wait for, it depends on the weather. You know, it's not about the performance. It's about when are you going to get those days again where you're just waiting aimlessly. Your self-esteem is just going through the ground as you're waiting in line at Old Crow to get back in. We need those days back before we can declare the Cubs back.
Doug from Dunning asks, have you seen any Ronnie Woo? Have you had any Ronnie Woo sightings? Thanks, Doug.
I haven't yet. I've been looking through the alleys. I've been looking through Wrigleyville security to see if he's causing any problems. Haven't had any Ronnie Woo sightings yet. So once that comes into play, once we start seeing some scanner reports, then yeah, you can declare the Cubs season officially back. I'm
nervous that through this process, though, Danny, and your time spent around Wrigley, there's some people that are saying there's a rumor you're going to turn into the next Ronnie Woo. They're going to call you Danny Woo Woo.
Yeah, I really hope that doesn't happen. I always said there is a good chance I could always be homeless one day, but for now, fingers crossed. But I'll still take one of those Woo Woo jerseys.
Next question. Gertrude from Peoria asks, would the Cubs benefit from having White Sox Dave as a fifth starter? Do you think White Sox Dave would take the mound for the Cubs?
I don't think he would. I think he would sell his soul before doing that. Also, White Sox Dave is washed up. He'll admit it himself. He can't throw like he used to 2 years ago against Carabas.
Those are fighting words, and I won't disagree with a single one of them.
You wouldn't take him as your fifth starter, not even for like purposes of just trashing him.
There's no set of circumstances where I want to see White Sox Dave like happy around Wrigley Field or anything.
Well, with Dave, actually, he would probably purposely like shave points because how much he hates the Cubs, right?
I mean, purposely. Can he not purposely? You can only purposely shave points if you through your own talent like can unshape, but you can actually compete normally.
But would Dave be more concerned with making the Cubs worse or making himself look better as a pitcher? You know what I'm saying?
I think that I'm concerned with how much White Sox Dave I'm talking about.
Fair. This isn't, yeah.
But as our fifth starter, sure, if it means I can see him get his fucking tits blown off his chest on a nice Saturday afternoon, that's fine with me. Last question, Danny. Rosemary from Vermont is wondering, what is the best plant to use if the Cubs couldn't plant ivy in the outfield?
Totally off the top of my head, you probably have to go with some sort of trained Venus flytrap that only bites the competitors once they're leaning up against
Jesus
the outfield.
Christ, that was deep. We're back this week, 7 games in a row up in Wrigley Field. Danny and I are going to be at a bunch of the games. If you see us around, say hello, say what's up. Subscribe to our channel. Keep in mind, we get these subscribers over 40,000. There will be a Bleacher Bum shirt available. Let's keep it going, guys. This is Bleacher Bum TV. This is episode 3. It's Danny, it's Carl, it's Danny Lance on the ones and twos. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, how you doing?